Hi, I'm Lauren Rabbitt, and I'm your student civics teacher. Welcome to civics class. First off, I just want to say how excited I am to have your student in civics this year. It's such an exciting time with everything going on in the world, in the United States, and of course with the election this year. I want you to know that first and foremost, your child's well-being and learning is my top priority, as it always is, but especially given the unusual circumstances that we find ourselves in this year with remote learning. So I just want to take this time to tell you a little bit about myself and about the civics course and hopefully address any questions or concerns you have. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And just to tell you a little bit about civics, civics is a required class that our sophomore students here at LT take. It's only a semester-long course. So I do hope that at some point maybe we can come back into school and I'll see your students in the classroom. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, this is my 7th year teaching, my 3rd year here at LT. I have a bachelor's in economics from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Go Badgers. I have a master's in secondary education from DePaul University. Prior to becoming a teacher, I worked for 7 years in HR. I'm married. There's a picture of my husband and my 2 kids. My daughter Zoe will be 4 on September 4th, and my son Charlie will be 1 on September 9th. I teach civics, but I also teach world history and constitutional law here at LT. And at the bottom, you'll see my contact, which is my email, which is probably the best way to get a hold of me. It's just lrabbit@lths.net. And please don't ever hesitate to contact me with a question or concern, and I will get back to you just as fast as I can. Civics is a course to basically teach students the democratic process, to understand it, what their role in the process is, and how they will engage in that process to affect real and positive change in the world. We really want to teach them to be active participants in our democracy here in the US. So the units we explore, we have about 5 units in civics. The first unit, which we're currently on, is Why Civics, and it's their path to effective citizenship. So in it, we talk about the political spectrum, try to identify where maybe they fall on the political spectrum. News literacy is really understanding the news and being literate and understanding bias and credibility in news sources so that they're able to understand what's real, what's exaggerated, what's not. The second unit is the legislative branch. The third, the executive branch, which obviously will be exciting this year with the election or this semester. Unit 4 is the judicial branch, and Unit 5 is our Take Action project, which is a social justice kind of action project, which we're not 100% sure how that will look this semester with being remote, but we do really want to get kids engaged in something, in some action. So there are 4 skills that we will be assessing all semester long, and those skills repeat over from unit to unit. The first is that they can identify key course concepts within the appropriate context. The second skill is that they can evaluate sources of information for bias and reliability. So especially news sources, which we look at a lot in civics. The third skill being that they can develop and support a claim using evidence that they find, which is really crucial. And then skill 4, which is kind of broken into 2 parts, that they can engage in group discussion by asking questions so that they can actually develop questions to ask each other and myself, and that they can engage in a group discussion using appropriate behavior to encourage discussion. And that will something that will be a little bit more challenging this semester as we are in remote learning. For each unit, they will be graded on each of those 4 skills for each unit. So each unit will have a summative assessment for each skill, which will be included in their semester grade. They will also have at minimum 1 formative or practice for each skill, where we'll record that in Infinite Campus, so you'll see what they got, but that will actually not be included in their semester grade. So practice is not included, summative is included in their semester grade, and both will appear in Infinite Campus. They may also retake any assessment, but they will be required to show their relearning of the material prior to the retake. So let's say for Unit 1, they did really bad on the second skill, which is analyzing sources for bias and credibility. They can retake that assessment for just that skill in order to improve their grade. However, before they do the retake, they need to show me that they've relearned that information. And that's something that I would work with them on, but they're always able to retake anything. Finally, I just want to talk about what you can do to help and support your student. The first would be just to ensure that they have a place to work with limited or no distractions if possible, and encourage them to advocate for themselves. If they are struggling, please have them reach out to me via email to ask a question, to set up a one-on-one Zoom. You know, my goal is to help them any way I can. Sometimes it is hard in a whole class Zoom or even breakout sessions, but I'm willing to meet with them during my plan periods, during my lunchtime. I really want to ensure that they do the best they can. And just have patience with them. Please have patience with myself, and especially technology, as we're kind of all navigating this new world of remote learning. Lastly, I just want to say, give yourself a break. We're all learning while living through a global pandemic, and that is hard. So you guys are doing a great job with your students, and I definitely appreciate it. Lastly, I just want to say, if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. And thanks so much. I can't wait to continue to get to know your students this semester. Thank you.